What's going on, trading legends from around the world? It's Jeremy Alexander Newsom with Real Life Trading. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. If this is your first experience with real life trading, thanks so much. And for all the other dedicated and devoted real life traders on the world, thanks so much for watching this Wednesday real life stock review. So the SPY today gapped up. As some of you know, I did get triggered into a bearish trade on the 28th of March. So my entry was pretty much here by here. So that was the setup. It was a tweezer top on the weekly chart. Here's your weekly. The first perfect tweezer top since 1997. And I was expecting a bearish trade. Simple, just didn't work. That's it. Now, I could have easily swept it under the rug and didn't mention it. Just like, oh, I actually ended up buying calls yesterday. No, it's not all what happened. Just got stopped out, mitigated my risk, lost one arm. All is well in the world. So what now on the SPY? Now that resistance has been broken, at this point in time, I would say here's what I'm thinking. There's a 1% chance, maybe 2, that the SPY does something like this, boom, and then boom. I'm talking just very, very short expectation that happens. Reason that is because, again, we broke a very, very strong short-term resistance, and yes, we are at a trend line. So you can see this kind of pink fuchsia purplish looking line. It's a down trend line from some of these highs on the SPY, but really I can move that trend line anywhere and it still work. I can move it to here, I can move it to here, I can angle it up to there. So anywhere in this general range. I mean, really that's just kind of my drawing. So I guess at this particular point in time that probably works out pretty well. But it is a doji at the moment, and today is what I refer to as a retest gap. Honestly, a very understandable type of trade. So you had a bunch of bullish candles. Specifically yesterday, we gapped up and we pulled back a little bit and we retested. So today, so far, is a little bit of a spinning top candle, doji looking thing. Keep in mind the market is still open, so if you're watching this, I'm talking about subject to change in volatility. But I do expect this retest gap to retest the next 2 or 3 days. And I'll put at about a 1% chance that we break this low within the next week. Overall, since we've broken that very strong high, I think maybe coming into May, which is earnings season, there's a good chance the SPY can see 210, 212, maybe even 213 in the next few days. So something like this, and then like this. It's kind of my expectation what I think SPY does from here. That's just my take on it at this exact moment in time. Tried a bearish trade, didn't work. Longer term, though, still bullish, and probably the last remaining bull out there because everyone's just really hoping the market rolls down. But I can say this, ladies and gentlemen, Europe has started doing more quantitative easing. And if Europe's going to be doing quantitative easing, it's hard to fight that kind of money. And we're talking billions of dollars. So, maybe we trade into this trend line and roll over. There's a lot of people who are going through the rounded top theory. It looks a little something like that. And I agree, yes, this is a strong resistance, and that's why I went bearish. But really and realistically, I'm neutral long term. I think I just said I was bullish. I am neutral in the sense that buy low, sell high. Long term, and by long term, if I'm talking about, 10, 15, 20 years, I'm not a doomsday kind of guy. The market's going to go up over time, but it's really good to know where the cycles are, where to buy, where to sell, where the support, where the resistance. So very, very good support over here, very, very good resistance up here on the SPY, and right now I'm just hanging out. So the other trades that I am still in, we have ticker symbol SHOP, which is Shopify. So we had 4 trades total, 2 bullish and 2 bearish. That's probably the best way to do it. So Shopify got triggered in bullish here. Stop is currently at 25.06 and target is 31.24. We have a bearish trade still open on Eli Lilly, ticker symbol LLY. And right now we're losing just a little bit on that one. And then we got a bullish trade on ticker symbol GILD. And that has a little bit of a bearish candle. So the bearish trades, not really working. The bullish trades, kind of working. It's a very good market to be pretty neutral or pretty flat if you're a shorter term swing trader. And by shorter term, I mean a few days, a few weeks, maybe a month or two. There's not a lot going on out there in some individual stocks. Now, of course, you have stocks like Apple, which is just kind of cruising up, doing its thing. Had a nice little flag pattern right here. Really gorgeous bullish candle yesterday, and then the stock gapped up today. This was a limit buy that I wanted as of yesterday's close. And Ray Rue, a few others in this particular trade. Trades continuing a little bit higher. Here's your long-term moving averages on Apple. And as of today, very, very close to my second target. So I've been mentioning since back here, I wanted to bounce this little double bottom pattern. Target 1, 100 simple moving average. Target 2, 200 simple moving average, which is about 110. So really, targets on Apple getting hit today. Here's Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. Not too much happening on Amazon. Here's my analysis as of yesterday, 329. I'm slightly bullish into the 100 simple. So the 100 simple is about 606.56. Here's Google. I do like Google bullish. I love this wave rotation, kind of a little bit of a double bottom feel coming in here. Broke through resistance a little bit, retested the neckline and the 100 something moving average. A nice little new white soldier yesterday. So Google, if you're a little bit more bullish than bearish, makes sense to me. I can dig it. Big shout outs to Sean Bennett and Stephen King and Niels Christensen and a few others on ticker symbol DV, DeVry Education. This was a day trade that we placed and my only trade of the day. So really the last few days, really about the last 2 weeks, I haven't taken that many trades. So ticker symbol DV, here's your 5-minute chart, and honestly it was more or less kind of simple. So a lot of traders getting in getting in bearish up here. My exact entry was 1736 with a stop at 1755. Target was down here. So you can see, didn't rob any banks on that particular trade. It worked out, it was profitable, but wasn't an absolute home run. But pretty much everyone who took the trade did make money on it. So good job for those who trade DV. A few other good trades today, a lot of gaps out there. A lot of gap ups, not a lot of gap downs. So interesting to see what happens. Anyway, if you're keeping track of my current wager that I have with my day trading students and the followers of real life trading, I mentioned that I would have to go 10 for 12 in my day trades. Otherwise, the wager / bet is if I go 10 for 12, I win, and that's really it. There's no real glory other than, hey, I did it. But if I lose, I have to consume 10 raw eggs. So I crack them, put them in a glass, and then drink them. So I've already lost my 2 trades. So I have to go, at this point, as of today, 7 for 7. So I have to win my next 7 day trades in a row in order to avoid drinking 10 raw eggs. Truth of the matter is, you'll probably see that video in the next few weeks. I've only gone 7 for 7 a few times in my career. March doesn't look like it's going to be the month to make it happen, but hey, you never know. We'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on things and make it rain. A lot of Energies doing some fun things today. So Energies gapped up from yesterday. Again, a lot of white candles, and we gapped up, causing some selling pressure. I'm still one of the random people out there that is touting for a little bit of a lower low on Energies. I still think that's going to be the case. It doesn't have to. If you are picking up Energies down here, I'm fully fine with that. From a 5 to 7 year perspective, I think Energies and oils are in a decent buy low, sell high area. But just keep in mind, if it's cheap, doesn't mean it has to go higher, like SU&E. A lot of people buying SU&E in this general area right here and just getting absolutely smoked the last few days because the stock can mathematically go to zero. This is proof. This is a stock that I shouldn't say everyone. This is a stock that a lot of people were bullish on for a long time. It's not going to go lower. 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 Not going to go lower. Not going to go. It's going to zero. So what's going to happen on SU&E? I'm not entirely sure. But that is why the whole shoulda, coulda, woulda thing, you got to play stops, you got to mitigate your risk, ladies and gentlemen, because no one truly knows what any stock is going to do. We can have our opinions, we can have our plans, we can have our prospects, we can have our goals, but we just simply do not know. In trading, you have to control yourself, you have to protect your money and make sure it's still there. Don't go all in on any one trade. There are some warning signals out there on some other stocks like CHK. CHK definitely got a little bit of a warning signal on this one. Ken Botnet and Dan Walsh did really well in this little bullish swing right here on CHK. Now we're kind of retesting and battling that 100. This is really the stock that's keeping it interesting for me on drilling in the drilling energy spectrum. Seadrill had an amazing bullish candle on the 4th of March, and we really should not have broken the low of that candle. The fact that we have, it's a big red flag for me, meaning I'm really tiptoeing and treading cautiously on any drilling companies right now. That doesn't mean we can't buy any, but I'm just really tiptoeing softly into any trades. Kind of like rig. We had some really good profitable day trades and swing trades on rig in the last week or so. And I am considering this put sale for April, a $7 put sale, mostly based on today's volume. So here's kind of my last 2 quote-unquote predictions on rig. I think I mentioned on the 23rd of March, I think it's going to hit $7.23 before May, and I think it's going to hit $8.38 in 3 weeks. I mentioned that just a few days ago, specifically on this day right here. So as far as rig is concerned, had a really good profitable day trade on it yesterday. there's just some warning signals. Really, these volume profiles right here, we should not be taking them out. And the fact that we are is definitely just a little concerning. So just tread lightly if you are in some energies. I think that, again, it could be a good longer term play, but don't put all of your eggs in one basket, right? That's how the saying goes. Awesome. Well, talking about eggs, we'll see if I have to drink 10 myself. But only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for watching this Real Life Stock Review. Remember, if there's ever any stock, ETF, or trade setup that you have a question about, feel free to message me, Jeremy@reallifetrading.com. You can post this on the comment below. You can message me on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. I'm happy to take any requests to look at the stocks that you guys want to look at. You know why? Because we care. Real Life Trading, our mission is to enrich lives. Holla at your boy. I'll see you Friday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it.